review of some cider. Just been shopping in Sainsbury's and was very glad to see this. Now this is from Sheppey's and this is Dabinett apple single variety cider. And I really want to give a shout out to Terry Kay, who does Beer Goggles review on YouTube and who mainly reviews beers, but he's recently been doing a bit of cider, tasting a few, and we're interested in English cider. Now this is the business as far as I'm concerned. I've been to Sheppey's on more than one occasion and it's very traditional. They make cider, as far as I'm concerned, like it should be made. They make apples from, not with, from their own, they make cider from their own apples, which are in the orchard. And if you go down to Sheppey's, you can actually walk in the orchard. The last time we were there, it was a few years ago, we bought some cider and we bought something to eat, and we wandered through their orchard and we had a little picnic in their orchard. So we're vegetarians, contains sulphites for freshness. Now, yeah, as far as I'm aware, they make their cider the proper way, 100% juice. Anyway, this is a bit of Dabinett. Now, Dabinett is a particular, it's a single variety cider. It's a particular cider apple, which I grow myself. It is generally considered to be the best all-round cider apple. Now some people will tell you that Kingston Black or various other varieties have got a better flavour, but Dabinett is a very good orchard performer. It's a good performing apple. Kingston Black may well, you can see by the way it says Sheppey's, there's a Sheppey's glass. We bought these glasses last time we were at Sheppey's. Kingston Black is said to give the very finest single variety cider. However, I've had some very disappointing examples. I've grown the apple myself and it is such a poor orchard performer that last year I had more more cider apples off of one tree of Yarlington Mill than I had off all 15 of my Kingston Blacks, and this year they're not looking much better either. So I think that Kingston Black has been grossly overrated. Dabinett I think is the most highly regarded apple. Anyway, I'm out here in the shed doing a little bit of a tasting. My dear mother-in-law is visiting, and what a wonderful woman she is. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have my dear Julia, and that would be wouldn't do at all. But you know, I'm doing this anyway in the shed for now. By the way, this is some of my cider. You can see there. The shed's a little bit untidy at the moment, as it sometimes will be. There's too much going on. Anyhow, nice golden colour, not unduly. You don't want to see too much colour in it, because when you see too much colour, you think probably it's artificial. And this does see the inside of oak vats. Oh, the smell of that is really quite unexpected. It's a smell I associate with proper cider apples. Oh, that is it. Cider is often thought of similar drink to beer, because you drink it in pint glasses very often. But in fact beer is made by quite a complicated process involving taking barley, sprouting it, heating it to a certain temperature, drying it, cracking it, soaking it in hot water, getting the liquid malt off of it, boiling that with hops, and adding yeast. You can do that any time of year, you can make it any strength you like. Cider, on the other hand, is made in a way that's more like making wine. Basically, you take the fruit, the ripe fruit, squeeze the juice out of it and ferment it. That's how you make proper cider. Don't ask me about how you make factory cider, but proper cider is made from ripe cider apples. Not every apple will make good cider. Dabinett will. This has got tannin flavours to it. tannin is hard to describe, but people who know about cider generally think that some tannin in the cider apples. The best of the French cider, the best of the English cider, the West Country cider from Herefordshire and Somerset. This is from the heart of Somerset. Oh, thank you, Sainsbury's. I don't know whether to thank Sainsbury's for stocking this, because Sheppey's is only so big, it's only 40 acres. They can only produce so much of this. Hey, and if Sainsbury's is stocking it, then lots of people will find out about it. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to put this video up. I remember this as being the best cider, my favourite, and it still is. Usually you blend a number of different cider apples to get an ideal sort of vintage, and single variety cider is a bit of a novelty, but in fact Sheppey's, and you can find them, you can find Sheppey's website, and they do mail order, certainly within the UK. Their single variety Dabinett, I can just feel the tannin on the cheeks, it's very authentic. They do a range. They do a Kingston Black, they do a Tremlett's Bitter, which I think is ill-advised, because Tremlett's Bitter is really too bitter to make a good single variety, in my opinion, but you know, if people like it then that's fine. But the Dabinett I think is quite marvellous. This is 7.2% alcohol. Now, I like to see that in a proper cider, and it's not just about getting a load of units of alcohol down your throat. I mean, you can do that very cheaply in other ways. But if you take ripe, properly matured cider apples and you crush the juice and you ferment them naturally down to full dryness, it's that you will normally get a drink in the range of 7%. Well, I wonder who that is. Hello, Stephen Hayes. Hello, Birgit. I'm very well, thank you.